Hey everyone, today we're at the east side of the Hoosick train tunnel. The east side is in Florida, Massachusetts. I was here about a month ago, just taking a look at the train tunnel, but today I'm back and I have some really tall boots that I just bought, just so I could look in a culvert that I discovered here. There's a little stream here that goes up the mountain, and it also collects water from the tunnel. There's a culvert right beneath me, a very old one that's made out of stone, and I thought it would be an interesting place to explore. So we're gonna go check that out today. It's actually really sunny. The sun just came out. There's actually like a hiking trail here. There's a few other people parked here doing the hiking trail. Now the culvert entrance is over here, and this is handling a stream. Last time, the reason I couldn't go in it is because at the exit here, there was a deep pool of water that my boots weren't tall enough to get in, but today we'll be able to get in there. Sorry about any background noise that the wind might be causing. As soon as I get down here, the wind will go away. Look at that pipe. That one's at an upward angle, but by the hole here, you can tell it's still working. And the water here was rushing. Just 2 days ago, we had so much rain and all our snow melted. Take a look at this culvert. It's like a cave. You could tell they did some work with concrete, and they also used dynamite over 100 years ago to make this. This is why I couldn't get in there last time, this deep hole. But today my boots are pretty tall. Look how clean the water is. Crystal clear water coming off of the mountain. This is the first time testing these boots. I hope they hold up. That feels really nice. The pressure of the water. This tunnel looks incredible. It's dripping. Oh, got out of the hole. The water here is really fast. This is absolutely incredible. Ordinarily, I would put my camera down to get some shots of myself walking through it, but the water is rushing so fast, there's no way I could put my tripod down in here. Also, because it's so much like a cave, there might be hibernating bats on the ceiling. And I do not want to disturb them, because if you wake a bat up in the winter, they are most likely going to die because they use up all their hibernation energy waking up, and they don't have any food to eat since there's no insects in the winter time. This culvert is amazing. Look how it's made. It's so smooth, the floor. This concrete they put all over it. That scared me for a minute. Water's getting deeper again. We got a waterfall in here. I am sorry, I can't go any further, but we're gonna walk around. Maybe I can go in the other side. I am just excited to be able to get in here. Where that waterfall's dumping, over the years it's been digging a hole. Where I just turned around, that pool of water I can tell would be over my waist. There's no way to get around it. The water right there almost knocked me over. We got tree roots. We have some erosion here on the end. Okay, here I go. I'm gonna try to get in the other side. Danger, active rail line. No trespassing in that train tunnel. If anyone wants to see what's in there, just search up the Hoosick Tunnel. There's a lot of videos of going through there. I can actually see exhaust flowing out of it. A train must have recently went through there. But here's the other side. Last time I was here, this is where I tried to get down. There's some steps. Where I just tried going down is definitely not gonna work. But right here at the end, it's gonna work. Last time I was here, I could have done it here, but this was covered in ice, so I couldn't see what I was doing. But today I can. Just gotta be careful I don't slip. Making my way through this tree that fell. You see, this fell in part of the wall a long time back, and most of it probably got washed through the culvert. This is here to stop big tree branches from going in the culvert and causing a jam. Now this is nice. This is very nice. You see the beams? Those are there to hold up the walls to keep them from falling in. You see how that's all busted? It got hit by something while going by. Probably during a big storm. The bottom of this is slippery, but these boots have great traction. Here we have a pool of water. It's really deep where I am now. You can actually see the drain in there. I think this pool of water might be intentional to slow the water down to prevent it from causing damage. This is where I tried to get in earlier. It would have worked. You see, I have places to stick my feet, but if I did stick my feet there, I'd get soaked by the water. Okay, there's a lot of wind coming in now. Got a few stalactites. A lot lower on this side. Oh, look at that. It's not a Culvert adventure without spiders. You gotta have spiders in order for it to be an adventure. I'm very carefully looking at the ceiling for hibernating bats. I was originally gonna come back here and make this video in the summer, but I decided not to, since in the summer there would be active bats in here, most likely. But this time of year, the bats are just about in hibernation. Let's see if I can get more lights on in here. That didn't make much of a difference. Oh, the water's really dripping on me. Look how they built this culvert. You see how the stones are placed like that arch pattern? That arch pattern is one of the strongest construction methods. They don't do it anymore these days. This culvert is probably 150 years almost, because the train tunnel was built, I think, 1880. I don't know exactly, but I'll show you on the way out. It says it right on top of the pipe. I can hear the waterfall where I turned around on the other side. So, this adventure's almost done. The water is starting to accelerate and get stronger. The ceiling is starting to get a lot taller now. I can almost stand up in here completely, comfortably. When I go in here, I always carry more than one flashlight, because what happens if one of them burns out or something jumps out and scares me? If I drop it in the water and can't get it back, I'm blind in the dark. I gotta have another way. Okay, so it looks like today we're not gonna be seeing any bats. It's probably too loud for bats. They like quiet places, and that's probably why we're not seeing any, because ordinarily you would be seeing bats. I just turned the camera to the side. I can't see light at the end. This is a pretty long tunnel, and it's starting to get very loud again because I'm so close to that waterfall. The ceiling is now, I'd say, 8 feet tall. Here's a little waterfall. Okay, the big waterfall is right there. This is where I'm turning around, okay? I'm gonna turn around now. This is how far I've walked. The entire culvert is probably 300 feet or 100 yards. I can't even hear myself thinking here. In person, this is really loud. You see all the limestone building up, and it's making little stalactites everywhere. See these broken pieces? That's probably from where I showed the wall caved in. That would really scare me if I turned around and saw a pair of glowing eyes. This nice pair of rubber boots I bought this on eBay for 40 bucks. Look at that, that's an old railroad plate. That was nice. Usually in pipes I don't get claustrophobic, but the noise in there, you can't even hear yourself think. Time to get myself out of here. So today it was a pretty nice ride out here. Most of the snow melted, but there's still some inside of this valley. How's it going? No, I just took a walk through that pipe. I wanted to see if there's bats or anything in there. There's not, but it's interesting. I couldn't go through the whole thing because it's like a giant, deep part. It gets really deep. Have a good day. It was some guy there who came to see the tunnel. A lot of people come here on a daily basis to walk up to the tunnel and see it. The last time I came out here just to see the train tunnel, I went to the west side of the tunnel, which used to be open to the public for viewing. There used to be a parking lot, but they've since closed it off, and there's a sign at the gate saying if you want access, you can call the train company Pan Am. So when I saw that sign last time, I asked their police department and they told me to come to this side to look at the culvert. So that's why I discovered this. The other side of the tunnel's 5 miles away. It's a 5-mile long tunnel. In the center of it there's a shaft where they use giant fans to get the exhaust out of it. The other side of the tunnel has doors that they can shut to pressurize it. Originally when the tunnel was built, it had 2 train tracks that were very close to each other. They ripped them both up. They went in there, they tore out the ceiling, making it taller, and they put 1 track back in the middle so that they could run double stack container trains through it. It must have cost a lot of money to do that kind of work. Okay, the tunnel says 1877. That's when they put this thing in. 1877. You see here we had a collapse because you see the wall used to go right up to the grate, but now this all washed out around it and we have a dam there of logs. I wonder why they're cut. There's nothing up there. The train company must have left the logs here. Either that tree or something fell onto the tracks. That's what I'm assuming. That smell is terrible. The smell of diesel is blowing out of that tunnel. And there really is not a lot of traffic on this road. But the railroad crossing, I could see all the tire treads going across it, so it's had to have been a little while. I'm saying there's no traffic because there's a lot of treads, so a lot of people have gone by since the train. I don't think I'll see a train today. Last time I just missed the train. On my way out, I saw the train parked like 10 miles down the track. It was a green engine. Must have been the Pan Am train. I've watched a lot of videos of people making train videos here, and it's usually CSX or Norfolk Southern in the videos I've seen. I'm walking back here kind of high up on the hill because it's slippery down there. There's a lot of ice. So I'm traveling along the top of the ridge. Got a lot of muck I'm walking over now. You see, that culvert here was probably built before the tunnel so that they could get the water out of the way. And if you have a 150-year-old culvert that's still surviving, the inside looks like they may have spread concrete on the sides, but the ceiling is definitely original. Why don't they still make granite culverts? The granite culverts cost about 5 times more money, but long term it'll last a few hundred years because concrete deteriorates usually under 50 years depending on the quality of the concrete. And if you have acidic ground with a lot of lime or runoff from the salty roadways, it will destroy them. A lot of the failing concrete ones I've seen, it's because the rebar is too close to the edge of the concrete. So moisture gets right to that rebar and it starts expanding with rust and it just destroys itself. See these wires here? I'm guessing these wires, they go inside the tunnel. It must be for their signal tower. They have a signal tower, 2 of them inside of the tunnel. I've seen that on people's videos of them going through the tunnel. Like a lot of train engineers have made videos and posted it, either of them with a camera or their dash cam. Yep, I still have my flash on. I'm always forgetting to shut that off. That's why I always destroy the battery and have to recharge it. Let's take a look at this bridge. There's actually a hiking trail that goes up the mountain here. That's why the other people are parked here. See how the bridge is double wide? There used to be another track right here on the edge, but now they put wood so that their work vehicles can drive across it. Look at all this erosion here from the water coming down from the dirt parking lot. It just tore this trench. And the trench is kind of convenient. There's a lot of places to walk down there. Looks like that'll be a good fishing area. Pretty deep there too. Get some good stuff. Okay. I hope this video was interesting. Today is about 45 degrees. And today's date is the 15th of January. Last time I was here was January 1st. I'm glad I was able to get a pretty good video of that culvert. I was able to get the entire thing on camera, except I had to go halfway on each end. This is a pretty long trip out here for me. First thing is, you have to drive like 40 miles off the highway. It's pretty far, deep in the middle of nowhere, and it's nice. Nice woodsy area. Thanks for watching.